welcome to the channel. In today's video we are checking out the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman and Spawn 2-pack. So I got this pack a couple of days ago. I ordered it from Amazon, which I don't know if odd is the right word, but it's strange. In most places it's sold out, like Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store. I believe they have it sold out. I believe also GameStop has it, but I don't know if I haven't checked online if they have it available. Although I know people are finding it in stores. I went toy hunting this Saturday, and I didn't see it. I stopped by at a couple GameStops, and they didn't have them here. So I had ordered this originally from Entertainment Earth when the figures first came on pre-order. I don't know, over a month or so ago. And they still haven't delivered it. It's showing, the last thing it showed, it was that it was in process, although I never got a notice that the figure or that the package was shipping. So I ended up canceling the order with them, and I got an email a couple days ago. Well, actually the same day that I got this, that I picked it up after it was delivered by Amazon. I got a notice that they received my cancellation notice to cancel the 2-pack, but they said that the order was in process to be shipped. I don't know if I haven't even checked if my card has been charged for it. But look, if I get a second pack, I'll probably still keep it, just to make more customs from those, or maybe I just end up selling it to somebody I know, or just putting it up on on the Facebook groups or whatever. We'll see. It just depends. If it cancels, great. If it doesn't and I get a second pack, we'll see what I do. But anyway, so so I ended up, like I said, I ended up ordering it from Amazon because it was in stock and available and ready to ship now. So if you're interested, look up Amazon. You're gonna get it there, free shipping. With Entertainment Earth, you have to bundle it with something else to get the free shipping. So anyway, so here are the figures already out from their package. I can show you the packaging. Whoops. I don't know if it's gonna fit in the shot. The cool thing about this, I'll show what's inside later. But the cool thing is this the image on the back, which is a splash page from the comic book that was released in the first crossover in the 90s. That was written by Frank Miller and drawn and inked by McFarlane. So this is what most people were hoping they would get in this 2-pack. A classic version of Spawn and the blue and gray with the yellow oval Batman. And obviously we did not get that, as you can see here. We got a modern Spawn, and we got a semi-black suit Batman. Most people associate the figure that we got here on the left, the Batman, with the black suit that Batman had after the Nightfall the entire Nightfall storyline, Knight's Quest, Knight's End, and all that, after Batman took the mantle back, I should say, from Jean-Paul Valley, and he changed up his suit. In the first storyline from after Bruce took over the mantle, he went with an all black suit. You know what? Let me pause just 1 second. I'll get the comic. Okay, so I don't know if I mentioned, like I said, so the suit is commonly known as the Troika suit because that's the storyline that followed the major storyline that followed after the whole Knight's Fall, Knight's End, and all of that. So here is right. This is the comic Troika Part 1. So this is the cover from the comic where supposedly Batman gets his all new suit, and the only reason why it's not really the okay. So here's the first image. It's not really it's not really the Troika suit because there are some subtle or noticeable changes, updates that the figure doesn't have. So you notice the legs, for instance, he has the little spiky things coming out from the legs. The suit is pretty much a clean suit in that it's almost all one piece, like one whole bodysuit. So he doesn't have the outline for the boots or the outline for the gloves. And the cape and the cowl is like a dark blue, right? As opposed to this, which is just a standard, repainted Hush. Is the repainted Hush figure. He just has a different cape. So if you wanna start doing like a mashup with this to do like a version of the Troika suit, you could probably take off this cape, put it on this guy, and it's a first start to doing that. Although, and the cool thing is, yeah, these aren't molded in. These the gloves, these are painted on, so you can easily just remove the paint on this, or just paint everything black again, or to a similar color. The only issue would be the boots, and the thing that I'm gonna do with this guy is actually turn it into this version of the bat suit, the Troika suit. He even has the ears pointed in like the same direction, going back, right? So this is of course Kelly Jones artwork. And there go my dogs. So this is basically the suit right here. This shot. So the only bits of colors on the suit is the oval, the yellow oval, and the belt. Everything else is just one entire piece, right? So yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing with this guy. It's a pretty cool, decent suit. Now the only issue is in order to complete the look for the Troika suit, I need to find a pair of legs that are completely smooth with no detail, and I believe I found the perfect donor for it, which is the Endless Winter Aquaman. The only mod that I would need to do is he has a fin in the back of his calves, which can be easily just sliced off. But overall, the entire leg is just one molded piece of, I think it's green. It's even a dark green, so when you paint it black, it won't even be noticeable in spots. So I'm planning on using that to complete the look as soon as the figure goes on discount. It's currently on Amazon for, you know, the base price, $20. It's you know, so, but if I can find one cheaper, because I'm definitely gonna part out that figure. I don't want to just spend $20 just for a pair of legs, right? So there's that. And then we come here to the Spawn figure. Now the Spawn figure is pretty cool. It's just a repack of the one that was first released for the Mortal Kombat 11 game in the Mortal Kombat line. But I believe the cape is new. It's not from that release. I'll post some pictures for comparison. But I'm pretty sure it's not the same. But overall, the same figure. The only accessory that Spawn comes with is this axe, or I'm sorry, not axe, this sword, which is just very bendable plastic, but it's pretty nicely painted, right? So you can see there's this like greenish gold color that then transitions into the silver, and then the hilt has this. It's actually coming off as red, but it's actually a little orangey. In comparison to the red on the suit, it's a little more orange. And he's got the eyes on the skull painted green. I don't know what color it is. Excuse me. I don't know what color it is that they're using for the eyes, but this guy in the figure, the eyes on the figure, they almost look like they're glow in the dark, but it's not. What I think most people were hoping to get in this pack is maybe something closer to this guy, which was the Shadow of Spawn action figure that was released in the Mortal Kombat line, I believe, earlier this year, which is a completely smooth suit with no texture, which this has a lot of texture on the suit. This is pretty much a clean suit, and it's pretty much closer to Spawn's original costume from the 90s, which has the red on the upper, which has the red here, right? All of this, and it's closer to the gloves that he wears with the red and white band. So on here he only has gauntlets and all of that. I mean, it's not a bad figure, obviously, but I think most were hoping here to get an update of this with the cooler Spawn cape, and maybe getting just the original Spawn from the crossover. But as you can see, he's got the big boot and everything on the leg, so I guess we're still waiting for a definitive classic Spawn from McFarlane to release him. Now, the only thing, one of the things that I'm thinking of doing, also for the Batman, I already remolded the cape a little bit with heat, because the cape was originally like this or something like this. So all I did was just apply some heat and wrap the rubber band around the cape as it cooled down to get this curvature on the cape, because it does throw off the balance of the figure. This chunk of plastic right here on this tip, on this section right here, is really thick. Look at that. So all of the weight that this holds, this one is really thin by comparison. But this chunk of plastic right here, this thick chunk, throws the balance of the figure off a lot. So what I'm thinking of doing is chopping off the cape right here in this angle and going downwards down into this cut of the cape, and same on this side, going down here on this side and going all the way down up to this scalp, to this tip, to get the scallops, the right shape for the scallops. Because yeah, this figure is really hard to stand up because of the weight of the cape. It just throws it off. So hopefully, without all that excess weight and plastic, the figure will be able. And plus, the arms, the spikes get in the way. You can't really do anything with the cape because it's the spikes here on the gauntlet. As always, they should always be pointing downwards, not to the side or out towards the outside. So it's hard to pose the figure with this chunk of plastic in the way. So that's one thing I'm planning on doing. Obviously I'm probably gonna do a cape swap anyway. For when I do the conversion into the Troika suit. So there's that. Okay, I guess we'll do just a quick posability check on this guy. Everything is pretty good. Nothing too overly stiff, although this double elbow, there you go, very clicky. This one came out pretty well as well. The knees, one of the knees came out really, or which one? Let's see. This one's a little softer, the ratchet, as opposed to this one. You can really hear it as opposed to this one. So this one's a little softer. The ankle ball joint works well. So with the toe. Yeah, so both of these are, the only issue with this one is this soft ratchet here on the lower knee right here. The upper body, still the issue with no crunch, so you're gonna have to like do some modding to this figure. But you know, the typical McFarlane posability. As for Spawn, again, very clicky. The shoulder is a little too easy to move, although you can't really pose him because of the cape. So you're not gonna get much posability, or not a lot of dynamic poses, just because the cape is in the way. So this is really chunky plastic here. It's not a thin plastic like down here, which is a little more malleable. So all of this chunk of plastic over here, I could probably do the same if I'm gonna mod them. Cut it off at these edges right here, right? And then just put on a cloth cape, tather it up a little bit just so it looks a little beat up, and we're on our way. Let's see. Posability, the ratchets on this one is pretty good. This one's even better. The ankle works. This one's a little too soft. Although the boot helps with the posing. So, but yeah, this ankle is a little looser than this one. So most of the work is going to be done by the boot holding up the figure. And one thing that I did discover with this guy, you can see the paint job here, the white on the costume. On the back, it's supposed to be continued around his side and into his lower back. You can see it's molded. The lines for the costume are molded, but they're not painted. It's supposed to be a continuation of the white stripe going down on the lower back. So that's something that got overlooked. I don't know if it was just my copy or that's just with all of the releases. Because I don't believe I've seen other reviews of the figure showing that spot. I just want to do a comparison of the of the head sculpts. It's, it's probably gonna focus on Batman here. So you can see how smooth the mask is on the shadow of Spawn here on the left versus the textured one on the right. You can even see his teeth underneath there, which again is cool, but it's not the Batman we were hoping to get from this Spawn Batman 2-pack. Now, if you want to get if you want to get a Batman that is closer to the one from this crossover, you could easily get, well, not easily, but I mean, if you can find them, you can get the Nightfall Batman, right? That would have been like the perfect replay, the perfect figure for this 2-pack. Just the only difference they could have done a different head sculpt, which McFarlane drew Batman kind of, you know how he has this shape here on the nose and his chin is a little more pronounced. So I believe they could have used the head from the Capullo. What is it? The new, what is it? The new 52 Batman, I believe they could have used that one. But again, I think most people were hoping to get something like this in the 2-pack. If you put these guys together, they kind of look good together, right? By this point, I think the Hush, or I guess it was first released as under the Three Jokers Batman. That one is, I think by now that mold has been overdone. I think now for any Batman release, I think going forward, McFarlane should use this body. So here's the rest of the accessories that come in the pack. So again, we showed you the sword for Spawn, and then Batman comes with an extra set of fists. Although these have a ribbing on the back of the hand, which is a follow through from the Three Jokers Batman design, and then this gigantic batarang. And then we have this stand. I believe it's. I haven't even taken out of it. Yeah, it still has the plastic zip ties there. But this holds the special other accessory that comes with this pack, which is a backdrop of the image on the back. So you can put that on the base there and display the figures with this or with this bunch of skulls. And the other thing, of course, the figures come with is this other backdrop, the standard backdrop from all of the McFarlane figures with the trading card. If you notice, they went with the image of the first the first crossover where Batman had recovered like some sort of power gauntlet from the arms dealers that he encountered in at the beginning of the story. So even if he had provided like a Batman, this Batman, they probably should have added the that power gauntlet that he picked up during that fight with one of those. I believe it was like a giant robot. Almost looked like an Ed 209. No, not the Ed 209. Whatever the RoboCop 2 from RoboCop 2. The one that had the drug dealer in it with the brain. It was something similar to that. It had like a severed head that was controlling the android robot. But yeah, even then, this is an image from that comic, and that has nothing to do with this 2-pack. And this image, this trading cards are of classic Spawn. And of course, you got your stands, the basic DC Multiverse stand, and I believe I don't collect the Spawn figures much, so I believe this is the basic standard Spawn stand. So there you go. That's pretty much it. Again, if you got this expecting what you were hoping to get in the and from any of the versions of the comic, I guess this Spawn is closer to the most recent Batman Spawn crossover, because he does. It's supposed to be set like in modern times, although it's supposed to be like their first meeting all over again. I don't know. The story was not the best. But this is the Spawn. This is the look from Spawn from that crossover, and of course, like I said before, this Batman is a cool version. It's not the version from any one of the crossovers, but it's still a pretty cool version nonetheless. Like I said, it's easily customizable. If you want to do the whole Troika suit thing, you just gotta pick up certain parts that I've already mentioned. Just one other thing I want to mention about the Batman. It almost looks like he has yellow eyes. Maybe not from this light with this lining. They do kind of look white, but to the naked eye, they almost look like they have a hint of yellow to them. And the camera is also not properly showing, but the face, the bottom exposed face, has like a red wash over the skin, the basic skin color, which makes him look a little too rosy for my taste. Yeah, the lighting is just hitting it too hard, so there you go. You can probably see it right there. Just compare it to my skin tone on my finger. You can see how he has a little too much red, I think. So you can probably knock that down a little bit, adding some other colors into the. You can see right there how the eyes almost look a little yellowish. Some people complain about the angry, screamy face, but I mean, whatever. If you don't want to use this, you can. It's easy. You can easily pop it off and use any one of the Batmans that have the one-piece head and neck, right? Like the three Jokers Batman, right? Or any of the other. If you have an extra, uh, Hush Batman head, like this one, you can use that. So there you have it. The Spawn Batman 2-pack. Again, if you don't have any version of Spawn, this is a good version to pick up if you want one. And if you're just a fan of Batman in general, again, this version of Batman is a cool one to have. If you already have a bunch of Batmans like I do, It's just another one added to the collection. And also you get a pretty cool version of Spawn. So there you go. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and all of that. And I'll be seeing you in the next one.